President Uhuru Kenyatta's term in office is ending in 2022. And the president will not be eligible to run for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya again. And from all indications, President Uhuru Kenyatta will also not support his deputy to succeed him in 2022. Which means one thing, that the president is not going to run, he's not going to endorse his deputy for the office. And perceptionally, 2022 general election should be one of the easiest elections for Raila Odinga, considering his performance in the past. In this video today, I want to explain to you guys why I strongly believe or feels that 2022 presidential elections is going to be the most difficult election for Raila Odinga in this country. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, please take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, let us get back to serious business. And before we do that, I received this from YouTube. The Silver Creator Award. I want to dedicate it to all of you guys. You've been amazing on this channel. I'm going to do an unboxing video about this, explaining the journey up to now and the support you guys have provided to me throughout that journey. For now, let it just rest, but I just want you as a favor to just click the thumbs up button on this video, and also you can just write something about this particular award. But I want to dedicate this award to all the subscribers on this channel. I'm going to dedicate a video or two videos specifically talking about this thing. I know some of you might think it's a small thing. To me, this is a big milestone. I never thought it was going to be possible to have this thing on my hands. Thank you guys for your support. I know I have a friend in town here, one of my friends called Kevin Dozo. He was very mad that I decided to post this because he felt that we needed to have a huge party for this success. But still, we are going to do that. But for now, let us go to business. Why do I strongly believe that 2022 general election is going to be one of the most difficult elections for Raila Odinga? Let me take you back a bit. In 2002, Raila Odinga said Kibaki tosha. He campaigned for Mwai Kibaki while Kibaki was on a wheelchair. Mwai Kibaki ended up winning the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. And that election, majorly, Kenyans expected it to achieve four things. Number one, Kenyans wanted to end the Kanu rule, which it has achieved. Then the second thing Kenyans wanted was an end to corruption. It never achieved that. In fact, Kibaki's government entrenched corruption. Then Kenyans also wanted that election to end tribalism, because Kibaki became the first president of the Republic of Kenya under multipartyism to receive votes from the entire country. So tribalism was actually entrenched. Immediately Kibaki took over. And then they wanted the economy to be fixed. Kibaki fixed the economy of this country, which again has been destroyed by the dynamic duo of President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. Why am I giving you that history? I'm giving you that history so that you can understand. Then when you go to 2007, now Raila Odinga disagreed with Mwai Kibaki after Mwai Kibaki killed the NAK dream, the Kenyan dream. And in 2005, there was the change of the constitution. In fact, it was one of the main reasons why Kenyans voted for the new government. So Kibaki and his team wanted to retain imperial presidency. They didn't want the devolution to be entrenched into our constitution. And we remember people like Odhiambo Mbai had to lose their lives fighting for devolution. So when he went for the referendum in 2005, which was being pushed by the government, Raila Odinga said no. And Kenyans voted no to that constitution. And that's how ODM party was formed. That's how ODM party was formed. Then ODM party became so strong to an extent that when we went for election in 2007, Raila Odinga easily won that election. No doubt. But he was not allowed to sit at the presidency. Then again in 2013, now the president, who was Moi Kibaki, was now not contesting. But there was that fear of Kikuyu factor that Raila Odinga was going to win the presidency and probably the Kikuyus were going to suffer. So Kibaki and his team ensured that the system played around and Uhuru and Ruto became the president of the Republic of Kenya. In 2017, personally, I strongly believe that Raila Odinga knew so well that there was no way Uhuru Kenyatta, who was serving his second term, who was going for his second term, was going to leave the presidency. So it was not very difficult for Raila Amolo Odinga. I strongly believe that he didn't really put much effort in 2017. But in 2022, the expectations was that Uhuru Kenyatta was going to retire. And by Uhuru Kenyatta retiring, then it was going to be possible and very easy for Raila Amolo Odinga to win the presidency. But from all indications, I'm seeing 2022 general election proving to be one of the most difficult presidential elections for Raila Amolo Odinga. It's going to be one of the toughest elections for Raila Amolo Odinga. Why am I saying so? I want to go through points. Point number one is the second term governance. If you look at Raila Odinga's politics in 2013, 2017, especially 2017, his politics was based around regions because he was the father of devolution. He fashioned his campaigns around devolution or governance. So Kilifi County, for example, I've just watched a video of Amason King lecturing Raila Odinga, and Raila Odinga also humbling him through his response. And we are going to do that video probably tomorrow. But the fact is, Raila Odinga left the management of ODM as a political party to governors. So most of these governors ended up becoming very powerful, second-term governors. They're very powerful in their own right. They have resources. They have structures on the ground. If you come to Kisumu, for example, they even have village administrators, just answerable directly to Governor Nanyongo. So most of them were then handed over the management of ODM as a political party. Some of governors have failed to perform or to deliver. Raila Odinga had hoped that governors like Joho, governors like Kingi, governors like Nanok, governors like, which other one? Most of these ODM governors were going to be very instrumental in pushing for his presidency in 2022. But because governors are going home, because the BBI is not catering for their interest, most of these governors are now trying to create a name or an image for themselves. So they're going to give Raila Odinga a very big problem. If you go to Mombasa, for example, the ODM structure that they are dead. Kilifi now, Amason King being the ODM chairperson there, had everybody under him. If he will leave, then he's going to leave with the entire structure. So it's going to be very difficult for Raila Amolo Odinga. And that's why Raila Odinga is at the coast, trying to reactivate the networks. Something which, if he had managed the ODM so well, should not have been the case as at now. That's number one. The second thing which is proving to be very difficult for Raila Amolo Odinga is basically his support base. Raila Odinga has contested for the presidencies, illes areas, I think 3 times, 2007, 2013, and 2017. His support base has always voted for him to the man. Raila Odinga has 3 major support bases. That is the coastal region, which is number 1, then Nyanza, which is always number 2, and then Western Kenya, or the Luya Nation, which is number 3. Now, the support base in these regions are shaky, apart from the Luya Nyanza. If you go to the coast, Amason Kingi is planning to form his own political party or to join our already existing political party down there. Hassan Joho is competing against Raila Amolo Odinga within the ODM party. It could even be an exit strategy so that he goes with Raila Odinga up to the nominations. If he's defeated, then he finds a reason of leaving the ODM party. Again, the ODM support base is under serious threat from William Ruto. William Ruto knew so well that the only thing he needed was to retain Central Kenya, to retain Rift Valley, and then compete with Raila Odinga in places like Coast. And because William Ruto is serious with his moves, Raila Odinga, I'm seeing a situation where he's going to be very worried, because there's also what is called fatigue. Some of the people who have always supported Raila Odinga are now a bit tired. You voted for Raila Odinga in 2013, in 2007, 2013, 2017. Again, you want to vote for him in 2022. Some of them are tired, and some of them are looking at the opportunity to move to the other side. Remember, even in the ODM party, the reward system is not very good. So majority of people who have stood with Raila Odinga from his support base don't see the reward system as favoring them. So they are likely to choose other options there. Number three, the third thing which is going to be a big problem for Raila Odinga is actually the deep state. That element of deep state. Is the deep state going to support Raila Odinga? Let me put it the way Uhuru is putting it. Tulishinda 2017, 2013, tukashinda 2017. But Raila Odinga hakuwekwa the president because hakuwa na system. Saizi Raila ako na system. Now that system is going to play a key role in Raila Odinga's politics. Assuming today this deep state, they perceive this deep state, is not going to endorse Raila Odinga. They are going to endorse someone else. How is Raila Odinga going to deal with that? Because remember, his key support base believes so well that if there is anything which Raila Odinga has not done to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, then there is none. He has done everything humanly possible to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. But it has never happened because they lacked the deep state. So Raila Odinga's support base or supporters believe that the only thing which Raila Odinga needs today is the deep state. Karanja Kibichu must show them that Raila Odinga is going to be the president. Because they know without the deep state, even if Raila Odinga will win the presidency, then it will not count. So Raila Odinga must convince his supporters that the systems they are putting, because even if you read the BBI, electoral injustices in this country is not being addressed as was expected. So his supporters are watching. Is the deep state going to support him? If they're not going to support him, then why should they waste their time voting for him, knowing so well that even if they voted for him, he's still going to lose? In fact, majority of ODM supporters who are supporting William Ruto are doing so because they believe that William Ruto cannot be shortchanged. Something which I always dispute on this platform. So that's number three. Number four is the NASA partner or the NASA coalition. NASA has collapsed. Kalonzo Musyoka charting his political path. Of course, Kalonzo must be on the ballot to remain relevant. Musalia Mudavadi is charting his political path. These people voted for Raila Odinga. If you go to Kampani, they voted for Raila Odinga almost to a man, despite the rigging. Loyal land voted for Raila Odinga. And because of the fatigue, majority of Raila Odinga support base from Loyal land are now looking at the option of Musalia Mudavadi. So assuming Musalia Mudavadi is going to leave NASA, Kalonzo is going to leave NASA, where is Raila Odinga going to get the deficit? Of course, you can argue that Raila Odinga managed to win even against Musalia Mudavadi in 2013 in Western. But the fact of the matter is that Kalonzo Musyoka delivered in 2013, in 2017. That's the truth. Kalonzo Musyoka delivered. So where is Raila Odinga going to get the over 2 or over 3 million Kamba votes in Ukambani, in Nairobi, at the coast, and across the country? So it's going to be very difficult for Raila Amolo Odinga. The fifth thing is the Kikuyu endorsement. Let me put it this way. President Uhuru Kenyatta's endorsement. Is Raila going to get the endorsement from the president? Or is he not going to get the endorsement from the president? If he's going to get the endorsement, let me just play a bit of politics. Raila Odinga entered into the handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta for two reasons. Number one, the system. Also, he wanted to be in the government so that friends, himself, and the rest can make money. That's the reality. The main other thing here was that he entered there so that the Kikuyu votes can be shifted to him. Assuming Kikuyus were fully behind President Uhuru Kenyatta, let's just assume that. And Uhuru Kenyatta endorsed Raila Odinga. So that those tyranny of numbers would be automatically transferred to Raila Odinga. But as things stand today, that might not happen. Raila Odinga is losing some of his strongholds because he tried so much to appeal to the Kikuyu nation. If the Kikuyu nation are not going to endorse him, if Uhuru Kenyatta is going to remain adamant, because Uhuru Kenyatta can decide that as the president, he's not going to endorse anybody. He's just going to facilitate a free and fair election. Because if anything, that's what Raila Odinga and his team have been calling for. So he can only facilitate free and fair election. What will happen? Where will Raila Odinga get the Kamba vote? Where will he get the votes to cover for the Kamba votes, which will be going to Kalonzo Musyoka? So President Uhuru Kenyatta's endorsement is something which, perceptionally, Raila Odinga must pursue. Because by pursuing that, he can be assured of Kikuyu votes, those who support Uhuru, and also he can be assured of the deep state, so that it addresses also that. And the last thing is the new generation voters. Is Raila Odinga appealing to the new generation voters? That's the question. Because they're the majority. Those who voted in 2002 for the first time are voting. They're not voting for the first time. Some voted even previously. But majority of them will be the voters now. Then where will Raila Odinga get people who understand him? When he was in Mwatate, there was that old man who was the prison guard where he was arrested. He shared that photo online. But how many young people can associate themselves with those kind of photos? These are guys who just want to be seen. That's why these are guys who want to be people like Joho, who will dance Katerina, they fall in love, will go to the sea there driving those motorboats. They'll be very happy. They can go and, TikTok. They'll be very happy. In fact, William Samoei Ruto, if you've been following him, has also tried so much to change even his wardrobe to appear youthful. William Ruto, a man who just a few years ago, 2 years ago here, was putting on a jeans, ironed, paka ile line inaonekana, ile line ya jeans inaonekana, has now shifted completely and 100% to suits. No, to khaki jeans, to broken suits. Someone who was always in a suit, always, Ruto was one of those CU members. But because he's keen on youth votes, he's now trying to shift that. This youth generation, Raila Odinga must find a way of appealing to them. And I think in the last election, he just succeeded because of the term Baba. So most of these people are looking at Raila Odinga as the father, as a father. So if his team can work on something like that, then he can be assured. But this generation of voters is going to give Raila Odinga serious headache. Those who understand where Kenyans are coming from. That's why you see Ruto is talking of economic empowerment. The modern youth today in this country, always end up kwa street fighting for who's right. They don't care. They don't. But there's a generation who cannot be cheated. They know, they understand, they've been here, they witness things happen. But the majority of the youthful generation is up here. They're going to tilt the equation. I don't know what you think, but I strongly believe that 2022 general election is going to be one of the most difficult elections for Raila Amolo Odinga. Yet it's appearing from the face value to be the easiest election for Raila Amolo Odinga. Let me hear your thoughts. Again, thank you so much. I'll do the video on the Creator Award, or you can call it the Silver Button Award, either tomorrow or tomorrow but one. Thank you guys. You can reach me on my WhatsApp number, which is 0777741323. Again, for those who want to support this channel via Wave, via PayPal, or via M-Pesa, you can always just reach me through that number. Then we can talk on how you can do it. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.